How we doing? Tuesday. Work has been done and I'm on the way home. Sort of feels like the home straight of the week, but we shouldn't live like that, should we? We should count our blessings every day. And I do. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel if you're watching this. I appreciate there's only about 10 of you at the minute. And that's fine, that's the way it has to be. That is the way it has to be. Unless you're like a celebrity, you're not going to get views overnight. And the good thing is you're at the start. You're there from the start. You're going to be in 5 years, you'll be like, when did you get into Dirty Work? When did you start watching it? And people will be like, oh, like a few weeks ago. And you'll be like, all right. Episode 3. Sound familiar to you? Didn't think so because you weren't there. I was. So that'll be you with t-shirts and stickers, and you've been to live events and you just engulfed in the Dirty Work world. So well done for being one of the first ever listeners. Make sure you subscribe though and like all the videos. Cannot emphasize that enough. Ever so important. Anyway, self-control is what I thought I'd mention today. And I haven't got any. I haven't got any self-control. Or I am constantly having to exercise self-control is probably a better way of putting it. My brain will just take everything it can out of whatever I'm allowed to do. I've always been the same. Whether that's at school, at home, with drink, with food. I will always get the most out of something and just relentlessly do something if I'm allowed. And what I have now built into my life is if I allow myself to do that. And what I've managed to do is work out what I can't do, because my brain will just have it all. And it's just about working for me. So alcohol was the big one. Could not control it in any way. And the problem with alcohol is, as soon as you start drinking, your prefrontal cortex shuts down, and that's your decision making out the window. So any sort of idea of I'm only having a couple just goes with anyone. And with me, there wasn't even that thought process before I'd drink of, oh, I might just try and rein it in tonight or whatever. It was just no control whatsoever. And it's the same with like chocolate. If there's chocolate on display or cheese on display, anything, a pack of crisps, meat, I will just have it all until it's gone. And it's like a blackout, almost like a meat blackout. And they'll just be like, fuck, I've eaten all the meat. And like my kids are like, where's dinner? And I'm like, I've eaten it all. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And that's a little bit what my life is like. And I can do that with anything. I can do it with, if I'm making music on my computer, I can just do it for 12 hours straight with no self-control of, should probably have a break now, should probably have a drink, should probably have a wee. The amount of times I've like nearly wet myself just because I'm doing a bit of music on the computer is ridiculous. And I don't even make music anymore that much. But I could be drawing and I'll be desperate for the toilet, or like desperate for a drink, parched, and I just won't. I'll just carry on till I'm ill with needing a wee. So you can sort of see the pattern that I have with things. And obviously that isn't overly helpful when you're just trying to be a normal person. It's definitely not helpful when you're trying to manage other symptoms of ADHD and at times feeling really down with depression. And what I'm learning is anxiety as well sometimes. And I think they're all linked. But I'm not positive about that. I'm learning as I go. And that's what recovery is showing me, is the further I go, the more I'm discovering what I've got and what I need to do to be fine. And all that boring stuff. So anyway, yeah, it's a bit of a deadly concoction of like compulsive, can't stop stuff with ADHD, where I forget stuff immediately. I think that's the worst thing about and ADHD is an annoying one, isn't it? Like I feel like it's a scale that it's not you've either got it or you haven't. It's like, how much have you got it? How much ADHD have you got? I think is the better way to frame it, because there's people getting into Alton Towers and doing queue jumps because they've got ADHD. And that's mental to me. Even like, I draw the line at autism. My brother's got autism and he's got Down syndrome. So I feel like he probably can get a queue jump at Alton Towers. So Joe, you're good. Keep doing your thing. I still get jealous, and I still think it's wrong that someone with Down syndrome can pay the same amount of money to get into Alton Towers and go on potentially like 20 rides in a day. That's not self-control, is it? Whereas I can queue up for 4 hours and go on 4 rides. Is that equality? We've got to ask. But anyway, autism, ADHD, I don't think deserve a queue jump at theme parks. What does everyone else think about that hot topic? Anyway, what even was I talking? There we go. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Cannot stay on a subject if I let my mind take control. So I was on about how a mix of compulsive things and no self-control mixed with my version of ADHD can be very difficult to just do something like make the dinner, or remember someone's name, or remember what I'm supposed to be doing at work after a phone call with a boss. And I'm constantly going like, fuck, what did he say? Because I was thinking of a drum beat when he was talking, or I was just looking at something. And it happens when I'm doing these videos. I'll be looking at something and I'll go, is that the same colour red as... and I'll think of something else that's that colour, and then fuck, I'm gone. Do you know what I mean? And that's life. That is life. And I'm sure there's other people who can relate to that.